So I'm doing some test with the Timothy the Ghost Engine and this model right here. Now there are a few things that you need to check. Okay, this one fits on Hit Toy Company, Mattel, and the Tommy right there. Tested on all three chassis. They work, fit right. Now, I was trying to do some 3D printed lining. So the chassis was kind of, the body flat, no lining. But it's kind of hard to do the lining. Glue it to this body. So there's one option I could actually try with vinyl. Vinyl is let me see if I can find some vinyl right here. These are some vinyl letters. They stick real good, but in order to have more grip, you need to apply a little, scrub it against the body. But if you apply a clear coat of transparent spray paint, it is stick really good. I'm talking about the vinyl. Now, if you don't want to glue this lining, I don't want to do this lining with 3D printed. Um, in order to glue it, I think vinyl will be fine. But there is one trick that you need to do. For example, we have this raw 3D print. We can apply a clear coat of paint. Then you can paint with an oil-based marker, and then it will not drip the paint. Um, so that way you just go and paint over. There's another kind of brand of markers that I was looking online, and it does do a good trick. What you gotta do is, as soon as I find it, I'm gonna share the link. But oil-based marker also works. But like I say, in order to avoid the dripping, you need to apply a clear coat of spray paint on the model. That will save you a lot of time, and the paint will not drip on the model, because the layer lines makes it kind of a dripping. But like I said, you need to apply a clear coat. But there is this another brand that I discovered. I don't know how long it's been there. That you don't need to spray paint this body, and it will give you a nice coat. But I'm still thinking on the vinyl. I think the vinyl, it's gonna give you hard time for everybody, but that's the way to craft things. Uh, maybe I'll consider that. So if I'll do that, I need to 3D print this with no lining, so that way will work fantastic. So I don't know if you notice the tanks are short. These tanks are shorter than the Thomas. Okay, so there's always option number one, and there you can find the option number one for the Timothy the Ghost engine, and the option number two on eBay. It's right there. Well, that's for this model right here. So it comes like this. The face can be detached. If you want to do some paint before, if you don't need to, to avoid any paint dripping to this part, or if you want to just spray paint this thing different shades first. So I don't glue this anymore. I was gluing it. Even this can be detached. So it gives you more freedom to avoid masking around this part. So the once you paint the face, I did just paint with with acrylic this. Now I was doing some tests with paint. Now if you apply 3 coats on the model, it will reduce the layer lines. Like for example, here is kind of visible. If you apply just 1 coat, it will you can still can see the layer lines. But in this case, I apply 3 coats. Still see some layer lines, and then the paint. So with the paint, I mean this was like a 3 thin coats of spray paint, and then I apply a vinyl, acrylic paint to this model. So it's kind of, you don't need to sand it. Now if you apply primer, then it will be better. Three or 4 coats of primer with the on these faces, and it almost vanish the layer lines, so we don't have to sand it. That's the test I was doing with this model. And here is this Gordon, still barely visible, but probably if I apply maybe 4 coats of spray paint, it's not much anyways, it's just tiny model. I was thinking to do some test with these models also. So probably we can disappear the layer lines, but you need to be how can I say this, expert in somehow on spray paint, so you don't have dripping paint. It needs to be like a even coat of spray paint. Don't drip the paint or it will damage your model. Now this is how it looks. I was thinking maybe I can get rid of the back of the because the 3D printed layer lines does this, and here is how it looks without the windows, cab windows. Yeah, probably paint. If you want to do a custom Timothy the Ghost engine, this is the easy way. Remember, we used to have to paint the whole model. Back in the days, I used to disassemble this thing and repaint it. The Hitoy and Mattel are easy to detach. They also have some little glue. Tomy are the hardest to remove. Tomy are hardest to remove. I don't know if you can see there. And you pull it down like so. The ones on Hitoy, some Hitoy, some Mattel. Hitoy are almost all. Mattel are they do have I give you hard time to remove. If you want to customize the Timothy the Ghost engine, this is the way I used to do it. And then I had to put some decals, but I want to avoid adding the decals. Like I say, if you apply a clear coat to the model, then you can use any oil-based marker and it will not drip the paint on the lining. So this way we save the hassle of having this dripping paint. Now on this case, I tried to apply the paint, acrylic paint, with my paintbrush. Did not work well, but I think it's better. The oil-based marker, can be any brand. Oil-based marker works better. But if you add one clear coat before making the lines, it will look better. Yeah, probably you can see some dripping right there. It's because this was not coated with A clear coat, like I say, a clear coat will do the trick. But as soon as I found these other markers I was watching on TikTok, I think they they won't drip, so you don't have the problem. It's especially for the 3D printed parts. But so far it looks good. It's not bad. I'm still thinking on 3D printing this with no um, lining, pre-printed, and and apply the vinyl. But the problem with the vinyl also, people will struggle to apply it. And it's something you got to do with these models. So okay, I'm gonna do some test the next week. I'm gonna try some of these models, but we don't have to uh, print in color, so I could actually just print in gray shade and then just apply like 2 or 3 coats of primers, so we don't have to sand on the model. You're still gonna see the layer lines, but it's better than nothing. Remember option number 1 and the option number 2, link in the description.